to guarantee the safety of the people of Montreal. All the required resources, everything has been done to shed some light on the circumstances of this event. Yesterday evening, the police management structure against terrorism has been deployed. It is called the SGPCT. There is cooperation between several services at all levels, at the decision-making level, operational level, strategic level, tactical level. The GPCT is tackling terrorism at all levels, prevention purposes, in investigations, in preparing and in responding. A control center has been set up so that the police forces can increase their forces and have targeted action. At the moment, we can confirm 6 people were killed between 39 and 60 years old. We would like to share our condolences with the families of the victims. At the moment, 15 people from the Quebec criminal investigation team are trying to share information. All the investigation teams are tackling this issue, sharing. There are psychologists as well working on this matter. Our people are also sharing expertise to help the investigation move forward. All the patrols for Quebec safety have increased their efforts, especially around mosques. All information related to this tragedy can be sent to the Criminal Investigation Center. You can call 604-4264. To this day, we have received 46 calls. For all the victims and their relatives who feel the need to grieve, to talk to a psychologist or to a police officer, you can go to the 1250 Chemin Saint-Soif. I will now give the floor to my colleague who is going to tell you more about what has been done so far. Thank you very much for being here. First of all, I would like to share my sincere condolences to all the relatives of the victims. The people of Quebec has been targeted tonight. The SPM-VM has deployed all the resources to make sure that everybody is safe. I would also like to thank all the staff at the police station, civilians and police officers. I'd like to thank all of them because everybody has made efforts to recover from this tragedy. I'm now going to explain to you what happened yesterday, step by step.
On peut parler un peu plus fort aussi.
Oui. Dans le sens correct?
Ça va être correct. Okay. Désolé de cet intermède. Comme ça. Comme ça. Voilà, désolé.
Alors, j'étais à vous dire que je vais vous faire la chronologie des faits.
I'm now going to describe the event step by step.
Vers 19h55,
around 1955, we received several phone calls from the 2877 Saint-Ouen, the Islamic Cultural Center of Quebec. We heard that shots were fired. Very quickly, police officers arrived on the scene and arrested one of the suspects. The other police officers went in and witnessed the fact that there were several victims and it was a major incident. As soon as we got this information, a large-scale operation was triggered. The whole staff of the police officers, the whole staff was mobilized, our units at GTI and our canine forces as well. We set up a perimeter to protect the victims, to protect the injured people. Around 2010, the second suspect is started communicating with our center, and he started talking about what he had done. He sounded like he wanted to collaborate. He said he was not far from the site of the tragedy. The suspect was immobilized, and he said he was waiting for the arrival of the police officers. One team from the GTI was sent there and arrested the suspect around 9 p.m. At the same time, another unit from the GTI was deployed to the mosque in order to support the patrols already there and secure the location to make sure that there were no other suspects. Right after, I opened a commandment post in order to support our colleagues on the site. At 10 p.m., the police management structure was triggered. The operation is under the commandment of the GPCRT, and we are working with them. We mobilize all our resources in order to lead the investigation. All their actions are to come, but at the moment the situation is under control. By way of conclusion, I would like to tell you that all the mosques are being have received more police officers to protect them. Thank you very much for being all here for this press update. All of the police structures have been mobilized. The GPCT, the GRC, the SPVM are taking part in the investigation. All the resources are now available for the police officers to collect all available information. The GRC can now confirm that 2 suspects have been arrested. The investigation is ongoing so as to identify the motivation of yesterday's events. At the moment, we can say that the 2 suspects are not known by the police, and we are now hearing several witnesses of the event. It is too early to determine what is going to be done in terms of legal action, prosecution, etc. But we are working with legal experts to that end. Cooperation means that the police officers can be mobilized so as to intervene as early as possible when we are faced with such a terrorist attack. What has been done in the past few hours is a great example of what we can achieve. We are dealing with each terrorist attack, with each threat carefully, and we implement the necessary measures. Once again, all the police partners ask people to help them by reporting potential threats, including terrorist attacks or terrorist activities. I'm now going to give the floor to Mr. Lalonde, who is from the Montreal Law Enforcement Services, and he's going to tell you what has been done around the region near Quebec and near Quebec City and near Montreal. The SPVM quickly communicated with the leaders of Muslim communities to share our sympathies. We asked all our police officers to be extremely cautious and extremely visible around mosques and all sites of Muslim gatherings. More police officers are on site for the morning prayer. The SPVM Command Center was open so as to show some more visibility. We are now monitoring the situation so as to adapt our strategy of intervention. At the moment, groups of police officers, in uniform and not, are meeting with the leaders of Muslim communities so as to answer their concerns. We are all extremely cautious.